there's a little boy, this human, who has dark skin and thick curly hair. And he says, Targi says, this is Rashid. And then two, island dwarves come out. They have dark skin and bushy hair. And they're probably about 8. And they says, this is Tui, and it's the girl, and this is Maki, the male. And they wave at you, and you can see that they both have like sticks in their hands, and they kind of stopped playing with their swords as you came in.
Aww.
There's a little minotaur child with her horns barely growing in, and she has soft white and black spots.
Aww.
And she has a little dress on, and then she curtsies and says, "I'm Chinta."
Hello.
No.
He's so adorable, cow person.
Yes.
Your armor matches, Ellie.
Oh yeah, and I like show off my armor.
And she's just like, "Oh, I like it." Then she gives you like a little flower because she had this like bouquet of flowers in her hands, and you see that Rashid has this big like afro, and she was like putting flowers in his hair to like make a flower afro.
Aww.
As long as he was okay with that, yeah.
Yeah, he was fine with it. He was fine. He was
Yeah.
just like kind of like sitting and like I can see him. He's like a crafty kid. He's kind of like working on something like
Yes, do whatever you want with my hair. I'm building something.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Then you hear this little drow kid pops up from behind like this rock in the cave, and he comes and like and just whacks Maki, and he's just like, ha! And then they're like, Kian, we have visitors, and he's like, huh? And he looks over, and he's like, you guys, didn't I drop you in a pit? And this is the little drow kid that you met in the hills a really long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
And he
pit. Kiara, I remember no such pit.
no such pit. Yeah, he
When was this?
When was it?
it was before Toril.
Was
it was before
Yeah, I
Toril.
barely recall any of that,
was
man.
this at the that like dwarven keep?
It was before that even.
Oh, okay.
It was right before that because you found the
He has a
bandit.
better memory than us.
Yeah, you found the bandits in the
I mean,
hills.
Tim, he's probably been here for
okay.
10 minutes.
And Roa was the leader of the bandits, and he was with the bandit crew.
Oh.
And
Okay.
and so you remember, and he pulled the like, oh, I'm wounded, and then you go and helped him, and then he like pulled a trap on you guys.
Was that me? I think that was me.
That was you.
Yeah. Well, like,
Oh yeah.
oh, hello, young man. How are you?
He's like, I've been better.
Same here. Would you like to go home? We can send you home right now. Just kidding.
I can send you home right now.
And he's just
You didn't say that.
Real trap can send you home.
And then, do you want to go home to him, or?
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, like, more, I think I would rather say, how did you all get here?
Well, I wrote this down. And Jinta's the one who talks first. She's the little minotaur, I guess Kathleen. That's what she would be called. Well,
Oh,
I was just kidnapped. There was a fae who wanted a talking cow, and so they picked me, and then after they realized I had to be fed, they left me. And then Targi came, and I've been living in a cave. And you're like, ooh. And
Whoa.
Tui and Maki are the twins. They're like, well, Dad went to, what's that place called? Called Gundrick. Dad went to Gundrick to work, and he didn't come home. And Mom always drinks this funny stuff that makes her act weird. So we were playing, and then we met our pixie friends, and we came here. Then, the Rashid has been focusing on his little project right now, and Jinta kind of like elbows him, and he's like, oh, well, I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I was in the desert. I got lost, and I wished that I could go someplace safe, and then I woke up here.
Huh. Interesting.
And then, Kian kind of like stands proudly on his rock. So, like, by the way, I don't remember when I named him, and I really didn't want to go through my notes because it was like really far in there. So I'll just rename him Kian. I think it was pretty close to, and maybe
he went by his middle name. This is his actual name.
Yeah. I mean, also like he could have had like a real name, and then like the bandits gave him a different one because they couldn't be bothered with it.
Yeah.
So Kian's his real name. Also, this was before I decided Drow would have Irish names. So anyway, now he has an Irish name. And then so and Kian's just like, well, Roa and Alphonse joined up some people called the Silver Ravens to help, I don't know, with some demons or whatever, and they said it was too dangerous, so I had to stay in Gundrick. And I didn't listen, so I went on my own journey, and I went, I stowed away in a wagon. And I went into the forest, and I sat in a circle of mushrooms, because, I mean, who's not going to sit in that? And then I met my fairy friends, and they brought me here, because I get to play all day, and food's great. And the sun doesn't hurt.
Little trailblazer area.
And, you know, Rashid and Maka are pretty cool, and Chewie's okay. She can wrestle. At this point, you can see, like, oh yeah, and then Jinta points over to this little crib, and inside's this halfling baby.
It's so tiny.
So it's like extra tiny.
Extra tiny baby. And then she just kind of rocks it a little bit, and she says, we don't know what to name her yet. We've been trying to think of names, but we just found her in the forest one day. And then Targi says, probably a changeling child.
Aww. Kira, so small.
Just a wee little babe. And Jinta comes, you can tell that Jinta is probably the one that takes care of pays attention to the baby the most, because everyone else is like kind of like self-involved, and Jinta is the one that comes over and rocks it.
Okay, well, Keontae wants to go over to the baby. I want to go over to the baby. I want to help the baby. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Moss.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. What's his name?
Yeah.
Moss.
So you go over to the baby.
Oh my gosh.
And
Is it healthy?
It's a little skinny, because I imagine it's hard for them to like feed the baby. So
Yeah. You
they're
want
like,
leaves? No! You want fruit? No!
yeah. Also like solid food, so like they you know,
they're with like good berry juice
Yeah, I was thinking that.
or mashed good berries, like baby food.
You can go for it.
Yeah,
If you want to try something.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Goodberry and start kind of handing them like out to like the kids, and then start mashing up the one for the
Kira
baby.
probably refilled the water skeins after giving it to what's his name? Probably like, who's thirsty?
And then I imagine Keontae is holding the little baby.
Yeah,
I
you
have
can
a crib there too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't picked up the baby. I just went to go check out the baby, make sure it's okay.
Yeah, and I
can help feed it maybe if you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk up to you and give you this like grape leaf, and like wrapped in it is just like kind of mushed up good berries.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. This
How to feed
the baby's face is just like, oh, who are you? Like, who are you? Like, it looks really confused, and it looks around and sees all these new people, and just like, what?
When
Is
did
it like
you get here?
how wiggly is the baby? Is it like crying? Is it just making those big old goofy eyes that babies make as they blink at you?
Yes, it's making the big goofy eyes.
Oh.
It's kind of wiggly, but like, it's
Oh my god.
Super small.
yeah, but she's real tiny, and she's just moving to move. You know,
Alright,
babies are just like, I can move this. Whoa.
That's a baby. Oh my gosh. All right.
Yeah,
Lock of your
she's-
hair, metal grip. Just like iron grip.
All right.
Yep, that's how that happened. Solid.
All right.
Just,
So Kathy's gonna try and pick up the little baby then, and just hold her so
Gonna
that
barf on
it's
you.
easier to feed her.
okay. I think that would be a
Baby check.
Animal handling.
Animal handling. I was about to say.
like
Not around
charisma.
the same age.
I love animal handling.
Animal handling. I mean, they're basically an animal at this stage. You know,
They really are.
You're not
like
wrong.
brain
You're not
development.
wrong.
They're basically.
It's a dog, and it learns to talk.
Who's a
I
good
think you got
boy?
I'm probably like at your shoulder anyway, like going at it. I just don't want to hold it because I'm wearing metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So roll charisma.
All right. I roll charisma.
Roll for baby.
With
Roll
guidance.
for baby. Oh dang it. I don't have a good charisma modifier, but I have a good persuasion modifier. Can I do that?
Yes, yeah, that's fine. You can.
I mean, in the end, it's going to be garbage because I rolled a 4,
Oh.
and so my persuasion modifier is 4, so that was an 8 in total. Yeah, baby.
You get guidance, remember?
Oh, I got
guidance.
guidance.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a 4, right? A D4.
Yeah. Yeah.
50-50
Oh,
chance of
no.
getting that over a 10.
Uno momento.
Come on.
Oh, okay. I got another 4, so I have 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you pick up the baby and like move it really fast, just because that's how you move.
You are swift.
You're a monk. And then the baby's like, "Whoa, what just happened?" And it's like, you see it like
Oh,
about to
no.
cry, and then Luna just kind of like taps you with guidance, like, because it's that moment where you're like, you see the storm coming, and
Where
and
she-
then
the baby's just like,
it starts to, you kind of rock it a little bit, shake it, and it kind of calms down, and then Jean just says, "Oh, she likes being bounced." So you're like, "Okay,
I'm bouncing, girl.
I'm gonna
Oh,
bounce
I'm
her. I'm gonna
bouncing.
bounce her." And so you can make another persuasion check with advantage. Because
Oh,
Jean
thank
is
you.
helping you out.
Well, I rolled a nat 20, so that's fine.
Okay, yeah, and then
Hey.
yeah, you're like,
Yay.
"Okay, I got this." And then the baby's like, "Oh yeah, I like bouncing. Bouncing's great." And then it kind of goes. You see it like kind of do that laugh, but it can't smile yet. So it's like,
Oh, God. All right,
uh,
all right. Well, I think I'm
Graceful, but
holding the baby. I'm not sure if Ellie wanted to like put like the leaf to the baby's mouth or something. Or if I should be doing that.
I gave the food to you. Unless
Okay,
you
so
wanted
now
to.
I'm holding it like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Thank
kind of
you,
like
baby.
cup the leaf and
Yeah,
Help?
yeah. I'll see if it wants to touch its mouth. Wants to taste it.
All right, so it tastes it,
Here comes the dragon.
and
2 years of the academy covered child rearing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm completely out of my depth there.
Oh, Kathy is too. She's just like, baby needs help, and just.
Kiara, let's just get the small troops under control. Look at that. They're so willing to be helpful. Aren't we, youngin? Stares at the
20,
spirit.
you, the baby is pretty open to being fed, especially since it is hungry.
Yeah.
And so it eats it, and then it's like, "Oh, this is food," and so it starts to eat it, and I think that's fine. You can eat it, and
Oh,
yeah, baby has been fed. And then you're like, "Okay, it's been fed, great, right? Yeah, all right."
I'm
Then,
the kids.
You see it like
Yeah.
it makes a face like, "Ooh." and so make an insight.
I'm scared.
Insight.
What is my insight? All right. I rolled a 15.
You're like trying to read this baby, and I don't think Kathy's ever been around babies.
No.
So you're like, you look around at everyone, you're like, what's wrong? So who among here has any experience with children or babies?
I do. I have
Yes.
Locke's little sisters.
Oh yes. The child needs to be birthed because it is a baby.
You need a burper. Kind of
I
like
what?
pat, like hold. Yeah, you just kind of like carry her like this, and then just give her a little pat,
Oh, okay.
and like
Pat.
And
just very
Softly,
gently.
strong man, softly. Even
Pat.
softer is a gnome.
And so like after a couple of tries and some coaching from Luna, you pet the baby. And it burps as babies do, and then it seems pretty happy baby at this
Oh.
point.
Oh my gosh. Thank you,
So-
Luna. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I'll leave you guys up to if you want to name the baby, that's gonna be something you do. That'd be kind of fun. But Kiara,
Do you know if it's a boy or a girl?
it's a girl.
Moss.
It's a girl.
It's an ambivalent name. It's fine.
It's Moss.
Moss.
I mean,
I like
Or
moss.
Sunny.
no way
It's
to
actually nice.
stop us, I suppose.
Sounds cute.
All right.
Yeah, and she just has like a little apron on because apparently diapers weren't a thing until like the 1900s.
Oh, we got the two little cheeks to the wind. All right, that sounds good.
Yeah, that's why like you know, and like you see like Japanese anime where they have like feudal Japan and they just have the babies with like a little apron and their little butt cheeks in the wind.
Absolutely.
It's because they didn't have diapers, so they just kind of hold them over a bucket. So
You're making that
Wait,
face.
where's the
Okay,
bucket?
let's move you.
yep,
Prepare to move.
yeah. Because I was wondering about this. I was like, huh.
When did diapers happen?
And they did talk about like the kind of like sounds or like a sign language for like gotta go, and then mom would, or I guess dad would take him.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
There you go.
Yeah, I thought that was
the baby
interesting.
bucket.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Let's see. So while they're doing baby business, Kiara is actually looking to the older ones. So probably like maybe the twins are the older ones, or is the Minotaur girl the older one?
I think Junto's the oldest.
And I'm assuming the Drow kid is somewhere in the older kid bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
acting like
They're
it.
like 6 to 10.
Yeah. So,
Um,
and she's like, well, the show's got to get on the road somehow, so we'll probably help gather some things, all right?
They're like, okay, kind of shuffle their feet and then like,
Clothes, food, any of your favorite toys, favorite rocks, swords.
they're like, I have rocks. And then Maki's just like, I have so many rocks. And then you see this like huge pile of rocks.
Do you have
And
anything
then-
to carry them in? She just looks worried. Anything to carry them in?
And he's just like, he kind of just like holds out his shirt. and
That's
his
an
sister,
option.
and then Tui, his sister, is just like, you can't bring all the rocks. He's like, but they're all special. And she's like, they're just rocks, Tui. And he's just,
No.
Do we have any,
Kiara,
like-
she has an excess of like a little bit of like the cloth at like for her skirt thing, so she just sort of like tears off a nice little square of it and then just sort of lays it out. No. Go through them, find the ones that you like the most, and then we'll tie this up afterward. Do not try to fit all of them in. They will not work and you will lose them all in the wilds. Aye?
he meets her eyes. Okay.
Alright, there's a lad.
So you see him like kind of like look at the rocks and be like, I I don't know which ones to pick. And then Chewie just kind of like starts throwing rocks onto it, and he's like,
No.
but that one's good. She's like, no, this one's dumb. And he's like, no, I like that rock. She's like, this rock looks just like that rock.
Chewie, how about you help gather up any like sleeping things that you and your brother have?
And then she goes and just starts like aggressively bundling everything.
There you go. There's a soldier. Doing
She's-
great.
She's kind of
She's
a
just
ham-fisted
aggressively-
child, like just no subtlety at all.
Right. That's good. The tactical tasks are there you go. No, tactical tasks are for you. Alright, and or Kieran go. Is his name
Yeah.
Kieran?
Keenan.
Keenan.
Kian. Sorry, Kian.
Kian. Sorry. Okay. So Kian is packing up his stuff too.
He's kind of being like slow about it. Like he doesn't really want to do it.
Would you like to stay? Or would you like to be going with your friends?
Make an insight on him. Kids are easy to read.
Yeah.
So,
What is my insight? That's a +3, so that's like that's 10 + 3, it's 13.
Yep. This is
It takes like a little goading, but there's something more to like why he doesn't want to leave. And trying to get it out of him, and he's just like, well, you convince him. He kind of like he's just all right. So what happens is you sense there's something more to it, but he's just like, no, it's fine. I'll just pack up my I pack up my stuff, and he kind of just like starts packing up stuff faster, and tries like really hard to like close the conversation down, like he doesn't want to talk to you or about it.
If
And
he drops anything, she picks it up and holds it out to him. Don't forget that.
he just kind of like takes it, puts it away, and like they don't really have a ton of things. Like it's just like it's
Few
mostly
paper plates.
bedrolls and
Yeah.
like some maybe like twig figures they made. And
Are there
then
any like little drawings or murals on the wall that they might have done?
yeah, but it's on like the wall of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that he wrote. So, like, you see on the wall, there's all of them in like stick figure form. It has them labeled. Like, there's Ken and Maki and Chewie, and then under it says family.
Mm.
Oh,
Anthony is killing me inside. It's hurting my heart right now. I gotta tell you.
You know, I used to live in a place like this. It's a much bigger cave. Enormous. Went on for miles and miles under the dark. Had glowing plants, like what you may see out here. No sky, though. But it had its own comforts. There are nice rocks, fun bugs, and you're never short of friends in the dark.
I like bugs.
What kind of bugs you like? The ones with with the pincers, or the ones like with the many limbs?
He's like, I like the one that, you know, it has like, he kind of like waves his arms around, and he's like, it has like scythe hands.
Mantis.
Yeah, I
I've
like
seen a
that
few of
one.
those.
Yeah,
Alarming
those
the first time I saw them.
they're really cool. I like grasshoppers because they jump really far.
Or then those loud ones.
Crickets are okay, but you know, what about at night?
Hmm. You excited to be going?
You see him kind of like wrestle with himself, and he's like, I don't know. I just think Every time I find a new family, they just wind up going away.
And you're thinking because we're leaving, they might be leaving too, and somehow this might all go away.
And then you see him kind of like look down and then slowly nod.
And by this time, she's actually sat on the floor in front of him. She's not moving. He's kind of probably annoyed that she just sort of decided to rock herself in front of him.
Yeah,
So just
much.
like arms crossed, sitting up straight. Chin up, look at me.
Eventually looks up at you.
No. I'd say you're a pretty fair fighter. You got a good eye for what's important around you, which is why it matters more that things don't change and you don't get left behind. But this lot, they're your family. And moving or no, you're all going together. Right.
Just another, like, slow nod. Yeah.
Right. Now, it's safe here, and that's why you don't really want to be going. It's where you found him, and you don't know what's going to change once you leave. But you seem like good ones.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure, got a fair shot of them sticking around.
Target's talked about the village before. Says he wants us all to have parents or something, and I don't know.
And she had parents before.
And he kind of curls up really small and says, "They didn't want me."
Well, it's a shame. A shame on them. You're a spirited kid. Got a bit of an attitude on you, which means that it'll hold you in good stead for many years. You're small now, but she seems like you'll shape up.
He- Like, where are you going with this? What is she talking about?
She's like, you're wanted here. You've already built a good relationship with these kids, with all your friends. Do you think that their parents will new parents will get in the way of that?
He kind of takes like a long time to like think about it, and you see him kind of like play with his hands. And he's like, I mean, no, at least I hope so.
See, there it is. Hope.
I mean, Jinx is really nice, and I mean, someone's got to look after the baby. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
might as well be us.
Mm-hmm. You know each other best, and in the village they ought to see that. And you'll just end up meeting more people who will see the value that you have. Not everyone will leave you. The good ones stick around.
Kind of just stays quiet, and he's like, "Oh, okay." I mean, it might be nice to have, you know, like a mom or something. I mean, Jean just says her parents were nice, so they can't all be bad.
No, they can't all be bad.
So, yeah.
But you'll get to know them. And they'll get to know you. What's this? She picks up a rock. Is this yours or is this his?
And he's like, we kind of share it. We found it at the same time. We couldn't decide who should have it, so we kind of share it.
I get the feeling.
But I'll put it in my bag since I'm sure Maki's bag is full.
Yeah.
And you see him like kind of like just hands in his face, and he's like, I can't fit them all.
I can't do it.
Fit them all. And he's just like pointing back,
I'm gonna go help him settle that into his bedroll then.
Yeah, and so you help him like pack up stuff, and then you unless you want to RP with the kids some more,
She probably looks back at him and is like, "Oh, you good then?"
he kind of shrugs. He's like, I mean, say yourself. I'm a tough kid. At least you said something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, we'll grow into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, hey, Gita, doesn't the baby need her blanket or whatever? And he kind of like looks through the crib, and it's not really like much of a blanket. It's like, basically like part of a. It's more like a couple of. No, I think they could have managed to get some kind of cloth. They're not like incredibly poor, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're living in a cave. And, like, it's just weird living in the Feywilds because it's not the same.
Yeah,
so
like there's like more.
There's like, cause I just see like they could just like randomly find things in the Feywild because it's the Feywild and random stuff happens. So anyway, they have a blanket with the baby, and he takes the baby over to. I mean, he takes the blanket to Keontae, who has the baby, and he says, "She likes her blanket, so I don't know. Maybe she should have it or something."
Oh, of course. Thank you. And we're still like kind of bouncing the thing.
And she like immediately grabs the blanket.
Iron grip.
We'll say it's yellow, and she also likes your hair, so iron grip on hair and blanket.
Oh, great.
Oh, look, they're the same color. Must be the
This is
same.
a lot.
People
Yeah,
are
by
volunteering.
By instinct, Keontae looks over wherever Aravan is, and he's just like, dude.
This could be a fun day.
And like Aravan and Nualia also would have kind of Nualia is really good with kids. Like, she comes over and like starts making faces at the baby, and the baby and successfully makes the baby laugh. And Aravan is just kind of observing, because he would be kind of good with kids because he did kind of assume almost like older sibling parent role, but like they weren't babies or older, so if he felt like the baby was fine, then he'd go and like just kind of sit back or make sure that like everything was happening okay.
Yeah,
Some of those things where he's like definitely the type of person who's like, are there too many cooks in the kitchen? Yeah, so I'm just gonna be here.
Yeah, for real.
So you guys get the kids ready to go, and you go out with Targi, and Piper's back.
Trying to comfort Maki, who's just really, really stuck on his rocks, and it's just
Yeah,
got as many as you could in the bedroll, okay?
Okay, we'll break my rocks, and you start to go on your journey through the Feywilds with the children in tow. So,
They have toes.
I think that's where we will conclude.
Children.
Hooray.
Wow.
Yay!
Babies going on.
No.
Tiffany, did you do this on purpose?
Babies.
Did you put a baby in my path? On purpose?
So,
or was it just like
Did you rub
This
my
is
lamp?
what
Did you
happened.
rub my lamp? Did you bring me here?
Did you bring me here? Yeah. So what happened was
Bloody.
I made a list of things that could happen in the Feywild while you were traveling,
Okay.
and I rolled for that list. And one of the things that came up was have the adventurers come across a cave with children that had been kidnapped by the Fae, because that's the thing they do. And so it came up, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna write this in. Targi happened because I rolled for he actually was originally supposed to be a druid on like a journey, but he kind of evolved into Targi and a dog and an ant.
I think it's cute.
So,
What
because
if Druid? What if Druid is actually tree?
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, well, like, why would they even meet these kids? I'm like, okay, Targi wants to get them over to the village because not all
Okay.
Fae are bad.
Because honestly, just like cats and babies, I'm just like, I have to go help the cat and help the babies. That's like kryptonite here.
I found
So I was like, is this on purpose again?
just-
Is this
wait.
baby gonna spy on me?
Yeah,
The
you
baby-
gotta make sure that the baby is not a familiar.
The baby
Baby
is
food.
I
not
was trying
evil.
to make
It's
sure that the
really
little
just a
ones
baby.
that were there, I was trying to make sure that the little ones weren't there, weren't Franny and Samira. I was like, well, how many are there, the little ones? Because everyone's small to you.
Mhm.
I'm assuming
Their
they're
names?
very
Do
little.
you have names?
Just watch. Straining is gonna come in and steal all of the rocks.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man,
Well,
He
for
would,
God's sake.
Owen
wouldn't
is
he?
going to have to fight
After
me
all that
because I'm the one who
work,
helped
he
build
did.
that kid's little rock bag.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
you put it at the end of a stick and you swing it at the first person who tries to take it from you.
I'm sorry. Those are actually my rocks.
Oh my god.
Rocks on a stick could be a club if you tie it right.
Yes.
Wow.
One thing I think is kind of an interesting note is that Targi literally cannot take care of the baby because it is too small.
It's so tiny.
And she is so tiny. And he has and he's a giant. So he's afraid that he'll actually hurt the baby. And that's why
Like-
he
Oop, to be
And
cute.
listen to
Yeah.
how I do it.
so that
I can give you vague instruction, but I cannot with the giant hands. That does not bode well.
So
Often not with the giant hands.
all right, let's go around and talk about favorite moments of other players. Mckenna,
I like
everybody.
Kiara's moment with Kian.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was a
I
cute
like that.
conversation.
That was cute. Yeah, that was wholesome.
Kiara's
Yes.
very confused, like how to take care of children without intimidating and scaring them. That's all I really know. But the matrons do is they terrify you, and then you act right. And how do you not do that? They scare you into acting right. Oh, don't do that here. They're just a bunch of children. They all start crying. One goes off, they all go off.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like
God.
Christmas lights. One goes off, they all
Just
go
wink
off.
out one by one.
Why are they blinking?
Like
the dog.
Christmas
Okay. Kristen, do you know?
Yeah. I also really liked Kiara speak talk
Kiara
with
speak.
Kian.
It's a link.
But I also enjoyed watching Ellie interact with Arturo, especially when it came to the point when she was trying to use detect magic on Arturo to see what's going on there. I thought that was a cool moment with the whole
Mhm.
it's coming from you apparently, and just being
Mhm.
Like,
What is
Oh.
that about?
Wow.
What is
What is,
that? This
what
is
is that
not.
about?
It's not new. It's not.
new, but hey,
It's not new.
It's when I notice things.
What magic coming from me infecting him? What's happening?
It's not new. It's been with
Kinda
you
wanna
the
bring
whole
it up in
time.
character.
This is just the first time it's been more apparent. But it has the answer. You have the answer.
You are the
All right. Okay, Michael.
I know we said it already, but I like Kiara's moment with Kian. Because, you make so many sad orphan kids. What the heck, Tiffany?
Easy.
I just have my
Again,
rocks,
easy.
and I hate parents, and...
I don't want to lose my new
Um.
family. I'm very sad. Also, you guys, I threw you in a hole before. It was great.
Doing the hole before it was cool. I really liked Chianti with the baby. I thought that was
Mhm.
Oh,
really
thanks.
that was really
Yeah, that was
adorable.
Freaking out with a little baby. Kelpie's finally earned the title of father right there.
What do I do?
Yep.
Don't move it too fast.
I still get revealed as sibling, yay.
Swing it around a little. That was fun.
Let's see.
Serena.
Yeah. Let's see. I like how Ellie was with trying to unpack the mystery with with Arturo, and then the subsequent all, you guys made a promise, that whole hey, excuse me, and then we're both
Just
Oh, we found out.
Awkward.
Oops. And I did really like I thought Auntie Mckenna was really cute. Auntie Luna just like, oh no, gently. Yeah.
yeah.
And then but I think like I really did like the I did really like Papa Kiara. Keonthi.
You're
Sorry,
Kiara.
the curse sound gets me every time. Papa Keonthi just like babying a baby for the first time, and you know the breadth of panic was palpable as there. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I felt that fear. Just a baby in your
This is a life. This is a life. I don't want this.
It's a life and it's defense. Oh no. We gotta keep you alive. Is there a way that I can put
hold it wrong
my
and break
energy
its
into
neck.
I could, man. That's dangerous.
Because I've had people hand me their children before when I've been dressed as Wonder Woman. I'm like, I thought you said picture. I thought you were going to be in the picture with no. You want me to? Okay, hi. You're so cute. I love your hat.
Hold the neck and the bum.
Where's your mom? Oh God, they're holding. Okay, they have my hair.
This thing is a slinky. It's a slinky.
Yes, like Slinky Child. Gosh, there's like this kid in like the middle of church who like decided to just fall on the ground and cry, and I'm like, and he's two. He's like 2 or 3, and I'm just like, okay, this child, I need to solve this problem because this kid's just in the way. Because he like stopped. It was literally in the threshold of the door. And I'm just like, so like, and his older sister's there, and I'm like trying to pick him up, and then like he's just being a slinky in my arms and wailing, and like the older sister's just like holding on really tight, like I'm some crazy kidnapper, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like. And I was like, where's your mom? And it turns out they don't even have a mom. They just have a dad. So I was a horrible person that day. Just single dad. And then I'm like, and then I knew their dad. And I'm like, Mark, like your son needs you. And I'm like, I don't know what's wrong. And he's like, oh, he probably just got too far from me. He's fine. And then I'm like, look, it's your dad.
Don't panic. He's right there.
Oh my God.
2-year-old, like, oh.
You never know what reaction you're gonna get out of them. There was one time where their kid was crying, and you have to get a hold of yourself. Like I got their eye contact. I was like, you have to get a hold of yourself, like now. And they're like, and I'm like, yeah, you gotta chill out, man. You are stressing yourself out. And they're like.
It's not good for your heart, man.
Okay.
I love children.
They all have insane different responses, and it's great.
Oh, babies are so cute.
But yeah, I liked
Teacher Christy is coming
It was
out.
really cute, like baby. the fear was palatable, and I appreciated that as well as
the reality of
Luna.
babies. Yeah, we had a baby in my other campaign that my friend Scott runs. It's the Mr. Elixia campaign, and we got like a baby that was a hag baby, which is something crazy where they like how a hag is born is they took a human child and then like make it a hag baby, and then if it becomes at 13 they become like a witch and like a hag, and so that's how hags are. They steal children to like generate more hags anyway, and so we're like, we must cleanse this child and save it, and it was just this horrible baby that would always cry and wouldn't sleep. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have like there are low-key babies, and they do exist. So halfling baby is low-key baby. Just needs a little bit of food and a little help. She's okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
little
some
moss.
things are just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
You see how
Okay,
big
baby.
the world is, man? My brain's still developing, bruh. Things are happening right now. It's very stressful.
I know exactly
like,
how
I'm
that
too
feels.
tired to
Lodi.
react.
I know exactly how that feels.
And they're like,
What falls in your brain?
and then they just fall asleep in your arms. They've happened. They
Things
do
happen.
exist.
Just chill babies.
Chill, baby.
Okay, I think we're gonna end there. Thanks for watching or listening.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah.
I'm gonna end the stream.
Good night, guys.
Night,
Night.
Mckenna. Sweet dreams.
Hello, this is Tiffany, your GM for Dungeon Damsels. We update on Wednesdays and Saturdays now at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have merchandise on our Redbubble and on links via the Linktree. We also have coffee and a Patreon if you wish to donate to us. Please like, subscribe, and comment as we would love to hear from you. You can also find us on basically every podcast platform out there if you can't sit down and listen to a YouTube video. And if you're wondering why we don't stream, it's because my internet can't support it. But regardless, thank you for listening and watching. And remember to be kind, inclusive, and loving.